Hi, my name is Remi. I'm a special education teacher. This is my second year teaching, first year in special education. Sorry about the bad quality. My phone's kind of broken, so I couldn't record it on there. So I'm going to start. What's a special education teacher role is supporting learning, improving planning, and practice upholding professional expectations and ethics and collaborative advance of the profession. My answers to this, the main role of special education teachers is to provide instructions and support participation of students with disabilities in a regular classroom. So our goal is for learning is to help them understand it on a level that they can. Sometimes we might have to scaffold. So that's a way of planning and practicing. Sometimes a teacher have to scaffold. You might have to dumb down the lesson just a little bit. For example, for math class, usually my kids are afraid of bigger numbers, so I use smaller numbers so they can understand. Then we'll go to the big number. So it's best to lead to meet kids where they are. Also, we talked about collaborating and also professional expectations and ethics. Um, Important ethics also is to be for special education be confidentiality. It's good to know that your kids' stuff is safe with you. You're not having their business out. All their folders, IEPs should be put up confidentially. Everybody should know their business. Should be between you, them, and maybe their parents and the regular ed teacher. Also, with collaborating, it's good to talk to other teachers. Me myself, I'm a new teacher, so I like to talk to veterans teachers. I've done it before, so collaborating can help you be a better teacher. For example, I had a problem with classroom management. I learned about teachers versus students. That's the best way to get your kids to know your rules, is to play teachers versus students. They think it's a game, but I'm actually teaching my class rules, and it really works. So I was glad that I collaborated with another teacher to help me out with that. I'm going to move on to number two. What disposition that you currently possess will help you become a successful teacher? What disposition do you need to work on before you enter the classroom? Okay, one of my dispositions that I have is sorry. Education should recognize that reflection combined with experience leads to growth as a professional. I feel like I have that. I feel like you will always have to learn as an educator. I feel like you'll never know too much. I will never want to get in a position where I feel like I know too much. Like, hey, you can't tell me nothing. I'm not changing this. I'm not changing that. I always will want to grow in a profession, and I also want the experience. I want to be able to say, hey, I tried this not work. I tried this work. I always want to have the data and recognize reflection to lead growth as a professional. I feel like that's what make you grow, trying different things, know what works with your kids, know what don't. One that I could work on. I can work on. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get to it. Education should believe that all students can learn and should support realistic expectation for student success. My problem when I got a special education, I believe I set the bar sometime either too low or I set it too high. Sometimes I set it too low, and my kids know more than that. It's like, why you set the bar too low? These kids know this. What are you doing? Do better. Sometimes I set it too high. I think they should be up here, but they're down here. So you need to meet kids where they are. You should know where your kids is. So I feel like that's something I could work on more before stepping in the classroom, to work on where are my kids, what can my kids do. That's a very important thing. I'm going to go ahead to jump to number three. Sorry, I'm trying to get there. Number three. It talks about what effects could personal bias have as the expectation that the teachers have for the students. How could these biases affect their relationship? These biases could be from race, gender, background, how much money a person has. I think it'll affect the classroom because you would treat kids differently. You don't want to treat kids different because of their race. You don't want to treat kids different because of their background or how they how about how much money their parents have and things like that. It will affect the classroom because other children will notice it. Like, hey, they're treating us different than this person. They treat me different than this person, and they will make them feel bad. So it's very, very important to not be biased. Just because a child look a certain way, you cannot go by that and think they will act a certain way or they should be at a certain point. Okay, positive or negative. Okay, just because somebody look like this, that means they're a good kid, or if they look like this, they're a bad kid, or they're a boy, they're this, they're a girl, they're this. So it's good to not have any bias. Um, I if I ever have anything like that, I will work on that, but I do not. I treat every kid the same. And this concludes my video. I'm sorry if I went over time. Thank you.